Hey guys, EC Network here, coming at you with another video. Unicorn Warriors Eternal has finally premiered on Adult Swim. This comes after more than 2 years of waiting, because as I'm sure you all know at this point, this series was supposed to premiere during Acme Night on Cartoon Network back in 2021, but we finally have it now in the year 2023 on Adult Swim, and I've seen the first 2 episodes of the series, so I wanted to give you guys my first impressions of the show thus far. As per usual with these types of videos, there will be spoilers at a given point, but first I will keep it spoiler free to discuss these first 2 episodes of the series. So first and foremost, I just want to say real quick that I'm really happy that Genndy Tartakovsky is finally getting to make this series. Over the past couple of days, while doing some research on the most recent Symbionic Titan video that I made, it turns out that Genndy actually took 20 years to get this series made. He originally came up with the idea when he was working at Cartoon Network, on Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory, Star Wars The Clone Wars, the original 2D Clone Wars, and he pitched it to Cartoon Network. They denied his idea. He then took it to other studios such as Netflix, and all of them denied his ideas, and now finally, after 20 years of trying to get this show made, it's finally being made on Adult Swim and HBO Max, and I'm just really happy that Genndy's getting the opportunity to finally make this series. As for the first 2 episodes, I thought it was pretty good. I think that the show definitely has a bit of mystery to it. There's a bit of some mysterious aspects as to what is happening, who are these characters, what's all the history there. And the thing that I'm really wondering is, after seeing these 2 episodes, I really don't know what the direction of the next 8 episodes is going to be. I really don't know where it's going to go, because as we all know, this is going to be a 10 episode miniseries, and we've seen 1/5 of it so far, so there's 8 more episodes to go, and I'm really not sure and very curious to see what is going to be the direction of this series going forward. With that all being said, time for the spoilers section of this video, so spoilers ahead, you have been warned. So the first 2 episodes of Unicorn Warriors Eternal are titled The Awakening Part 1 and Part 2, and basically these 2 episodes are meant to kind of set up the series for what's to come in the next 8 episodes. Essentially, the series opens up with a fight happening between Melinda, Edridge, Sang, and this ancient evil dragon-like creature, and essentially Merlin comes from the future with Copernicus, the robot, the steampunk robot that we've seen all throughout the trailers, and essentially he says that this ancient evil, you've defeated it for now, but it's going to keep coming back all throughout time, and they need their souls basically to reawaken them when the time comes to fight this ancient evil once again. And essentially we get a montage of them all throughout history with this ancient evil coming back and them taking the form of different humans basically throughout time. And it's kind of weird in a way, because essentially when they're reawakened, they kind of take over that human's life, and that human's life kind of ends there. We don't exactly know what happens once they're done with the fight. Does the human then die? What happens? Does their life return to normal? We really don't know, and I'm sure that's something that's going to be delved into later in the series. But essentially what happens is we see that this character Emma is going to get married, and she's getting married to this character named Winston. And essentially in the church they show Copernicus breaks in to basically reawaken Melinda in Emma, but something goes wrong where she's not taken over fully by Melinda. Like initially she is, but then Emma comes back into fold and she's like, who am I? What did you do to me? And she runs away. Copernicus chases her down, and he doesn't speak. I really love the character, by the way. He basically talks with like steampunk and making noises like steam popping out of his head or whatever. It's pretty cool. But essentially he shows her a mural that shows, hey, you are Melinda, you are this ancient witch warrior, and we need to find the other 2 to basically reform the Unicorn Warriors Eternal to stop this ancient threat. That's essentially the whole gist of the first episode. There's also this fox lady creature who was shown in one of the trailers who is very mysterious, and we don't know exactly what she's up to, but she actually had sent robots to destroy Copernicus, but he destroyed them and he won. Now we go to the second episode where they're looking for the other 2 characters in the trio, Eldridge and Sang, and they have to find the current host to reawaken these characters in the modern day. They essentially go to an abandoned orphanage, an abandoned school for orphans, and it turns out that Emma was actually there with Winston watching a soccer game a while ago, and it turns out that one of the characters he was playing in the match is actually the new host for Sang named Alfie. So they reawaken Sang with an Alfie, and it's kind of interesting because Alfie basically is no more. Now it's just Sang. Alfie is in the cosmic realm, and Sang has kind of taken over in the modern day. It's kind of like Alfie is no longer a person, and Sang is now, he's kind of completely taken over Alfie as the host body, which is interesting because we see that's not what happened with Emma and Melinda. Emma is still very conscious and Melinda has not fully taken her over. So something went wrong there, and that's definitely something to keep an eye on going forward with the series. They then have to find Edridge, so they are looking for him, and they happen to come across this magician named Dimitri, and he becomes Edridge, and Edridge is like, Melinda, my love, because there's romantic relationship between Melinda and Edridge. He goes to kiss her, and she's like, I don't know who you are, get away from me. And she's like, Melinda, how could you not remember me? And then he realizes that she hasn't regained all of her memories, and Emma is still fully in control, because the same thing with Edridge and Dimitri, Edridge has completely taken over Dimitri as his host. So Dimitri is gone and Edridge is here to stay. Then all of a sudden, the fox lady comes out with an elephant that she kind of resurrected from the dead, and the three of them have to fight this elephant. Well, the four of them really, because Copernicus is there as well. They're fighting the elephant, and all of a sudden Winston finds Emma, and he's like, hey, come back to me. We don't know what happened to you, but I still want to get married to you because you're the love of my life. And essentially, she kind of just like goes berserk then and uses her power, and half the city or half the town, the area that they are in, is destroyed. We see that the elephant is destroyed, and we see all the damage done, and the fire department is trying to find the survivors of all this damage. And Emma finds Winston, and it looks to me like she killed him. He could be severely hurt because we don't get confirmation that he is dead, but to me, from what I've seen, I'm assuming that she killed him, which is yeah, that's not great for her psyche, because she just killed the person that she was going to marry. And in all of this, the fox lady character says, I try to prevent the unicorns from being reawakened. It looks like I failed, but something's wrong because they're not at full power. Then Emma runs off and the episode ends, and they, I assume, are going to have to chase after her and try to get her to be on board with what's going on. But yeah, it's interesting because even at one point Edred had said that even his memory is foggy. So I remember when the marketing was being done for this, or rather Gendy was talking about it at different conventions and whatnot, I remember he had said that basically these characters were going to be awakened too soon, and that's basically what we're seeing here, is that Emma's still fully in control because it wasn't time yet to reawaken Melinda. And same thing with Alfie. Alfie's a young boy, and even Edridge at one point says, why is there a young boy as Sang? Shouldn't Sang be this strong warrior type? And we see that even at some points Alfie's kind of in awe at what's happening in the cosmic realm, and that's causing things in the real world to go a little bit astray. Like during the middle of a fight, he gets distracted by a whale floating by, and he's like, all of a sudden now he kind of broke his concentration and the elephant gets loose again. So it's definitely interesting. There's definitely a lot of mystery going on with this series, and I'm really curious to see, as I said before, where is this show going to go going forward? Because in all honesty, I have no idea. I've mentioned this earlier in the video, but I do wonder what happens to all of these people, all of these characters when they defeat the ancient threat. Does that mean that their hosts are just dead? Do they die and then the, souls are reawakened once again in X amount of years? Like, what happens to these characters? What is going to happen to Alfie? What is going to happen to Dimitri and Emma after they finish and defeat this evil threat? Assuming that they do. The Fox Lady is saying this is the last time that they're going to ever reawaken, so maybe they finally defeat this threat for good. But all in all, I thought it was good. I really enjoyed what I saw, and like I said, there's definitely mystery shrouded in this series, and I'm really curious to see where it's going to go, because as of right now, I don't really have a guess for you as to where this is going to go. I really don't. It's very interesting. It's something that I can't think of any other show attempting something similar to this, at least not off the top of my head, so it seems like a very new and fresh idea. And all in all, I'm happy that Gendy, after 20 years, is finally getting to make it, and hopefully it turns out to be a huge hit, and we'll see what happens from here on out. But anyways, let me know in the comments section below what you guys think about all this. What did you guys think of the first 2 episodes of Unicorn Warriors Eternal? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you somewhere in between on it? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.